Alright, hey everyone. Just going to do a quick sort of like sketchbook, showcase, flip through, whatever you want to call it. I mean, getting asked recently to do something sort of similar. And I started using this Pentel pocket brush. I've had this for a long time, but never really liked it, but I've started using it lately. Just as like a sort of change up from what I normally like. This is my favorite brush. It's like really just a $1 like Chinese ink brush. And I can remember if it's either wolf hair or goat hair, one of the two. But yeah, that's my favorite brush. But I've been using this and kind of just wanted to talk about if some people are curious of how long like the refill cartridges last and how much drawing you could do with a single cartridge. I refilled this like 3 days ago. And then through drawings I've been working on, it just died like an hour ago on me. So this is the first drawing I did probably like 3 or 4 days ago. Can't remember. But I did this part first. Some like robots and mechs, sort of like Star Wars inspired a little bit with the droids in the back. And then yeah, I just sort of let my mind go crazy with some sort of robot universe, and then this was the second part. And I kind of like how they both connect. They don't really have anything to do with each other, but then this other half is just like some sort of soldiers, and I really like the full jumpsuit sort of look, and spot coloring with the color to break up the black and white, so it's easier to read. And yeah, they all have little bears on the back of them, which is kind of funny. And then just perspective, playing around with the perspective. And yeah, this was all with the Pentel brush. So I started, it was fully refilled, did these two. And then I did some stuff in the sketchbook. This was like watercolor markers, just kind of playing around with them. I didn't really like them too much for like um, my sort of thing. Like I like the brush whenever I draw to the line to show up right away, but these are like so light and you can barely even see on camera the lines. But yeah, I just have like a solid line. So yeah, these are some of the sketches. I did these right after this, so it's like kind of soldiers ideas were still like sort of like bleeding onto my sketchbook the same day. And then I did this like just sort of like doodling right before I went to bed. Just like really random, just kind of mindlessly drawing like a person sleeping down here. There's like a rat running on the outside, a rat painting, and some pandas. Alright, and there's also some pandas hiding over here. But yeah, that's the first page. And then I'm like super into like Japanese, like the style of their a lot of their armor and different like things like that. So there's like heavily Japanese inspired samurais. Kind of just like playing around with different ideas, like messing around with different samurai armor. This was my attempt to draw a horse, and it ended up as sort of a camel because I made the mouth way too big. Then there's a few other horses back there, and then yeah, there's a ton of samurais pretty much everywhere on the page, and it goes pretty deep. And then these, I just kind of wanted like some like posing enemy or whatnot to be attacking the samurai, and the samurai basically like break through the first wall of the enemy, and then they go past. I love like the Oni mask, and they use them for like plays and that sort of thing. I love when they have the hair with it too, and then combined it with like samurai. Same with this. He's wearing an Oni mask. Some archers back here. I wanted to draw like, this is more of like a, I guess it'd be more of like a Chinese dragon. Not really sure what a Japanese dragon looks like, but yeah, I just decided to draw them in the back because I wanted some like aerial sort of things. And then, yeah, and then they're attacking over here. It's kind of gruesome, but like I wanted a samurai sort of like the classic anime or whatever they like slice like I set off, and then but then decided to make it three guys, and he got them all in one swoop, and yeah, and just kind of like messing around. So yeah, that page was really fun. It's hard to get the whole page on camera. See if I can zoom out a bit. Yeah, so I love the. I recently just got this sketchbook. I wanted some landscape ones just to kind of do like big scenes in a sketchbook. I think it looks pretty cool. And then this was just recently. This I started today. Just like messing around with like how warped can I get with perspective, and but also keeping it sort of like a little bit readable. This one is pretty wacky. Like this is like a bridge that wraps around and then loops back around, but it's like very warped. Like the wood on the bridge is going outward this way, and then I also have like there's like a boat back here going through the water, and then also what would be underneath the bridge, and then it sort of like loops back into like a city. And then this is I mean, lots of samurai everywhere. And then the same thing, like a warped perspective, sort of like think of like a tube and or like a roller coaster and going through and then down, and then I'll continue it across this page. But yeah, that's about what I just showed. Is about how long the Pentel pocket brush, like all the ink, the black, everything was all done with a single cartridge. So I hope that gives everyone like a, if you're curious how long these refills last. It's like pretty comparable to, I used to draw with a fountain pen, with fountain pen ink, just black fountain pen ink, and this would probably last like I haven't used these in a while, but sometimes it seems like it would last half as much as that, or like close. But like this is like a huge bottle, so you could just refill. But I don't like refilling as much because it's kind of a pain. So yeah, this is kind of nice just to like sit somewhere with a sketchbook, and all you need is sketchbook and a brush. It's definitely not my favorite brush because it I feel like it's very unpredictable, and the bristles are very soft. So if you press with like the slightest amount of force, it's gonna make a heavy line, like more often than a thin line. Even if you're very like light with your hand, it's still sort of like taxing to keep up the thin lines over and over. But yeah, my favorite brush is just this. Like it was literally a pack of three and for like $3, and so this brush is basically $1. And I just use like Chinese Sumi E Ink. Anything pretty much works. Yeah, that's about it for how long a cartridge on the Pentel brush, and just sort of showing the recent drawings. So yeah. I'll see you guys. If you want to like the video, it supports me and the channel. And if you want to see more, you can subscribe. So yeah, thanks for watching.